Coming up on this week's episode of SVG Motors Weekly. All right, I'm out here at the Great Darke County Fair, and behind me is all the new rides. I mean, and there are so many new rides. It's fun, people coming out here having a good time, but behind me there's so many rides and all this cool stuff. Come on, let's go check out some of the rides. Gonna be able to speak to some of the teachers and faculty here. School's about to start up again, and they've asked me to come over and say a few words to the teachers.
Need it bad. Need something better than what you had. Not sure what you wanna where to go. Well, there's one place that you need to know. SVG is a place for me, where you get superior value guaranteed.
All right, I'm out here at the Great Darke County Fair, and behind me is all the new rides. I mean, and there are so many new rides. Hey, come here. So you're up doing the intro. So what did you say? What did you just now say?
You just move them up in here, keep the payments the same. You move them up a little bit,
Keep the payments the same.
And I know he's nuts.
How do you know I'm nuts?
I
What?
listen to your children on TV.
What's your name?
Phyllis Burns.
Phyllis, very nice to meet you. Thank you for coming over.
Have a great day.
Thank you. You too, Phyllis. Take care. So, I mean, that's what the fair is all about. It's fun, people coming out here having a good time. But behind me, there's so many rides and all this cool stuff. Come on, let's go check out some of the rides. All right, we're here to get some tickets. You just come here, you get some tickets. And I got to be taller than this, 54 inches. I just made the cut. Yeah, so yeah, we can, $20 per person, unlimited rides. You can't beat that. They got an octopus ride. They got the Ferris wheel. Come look at the Ferris wheel. Look at that. And then I don't even want to know what this is behind me. It's some kind of a drop zone thing. So if you're into being like taken up and then dropped, yeah, no, not me. But I know there's people out there that like that kind of stuff. I mean, that's a little intimidating. Hey, is this a scary ride? A lot of kids freak out when they get on here. The kids freak out when they get on here. You get scared. So, check this thing out. I don't know what it's called, but they got good music. Yeah! Can you make it go around?
You ready?
No, not me, not me.
Oh, come on, Steve.
No.
I'll get on
Me?
We'll get on it with
You get on there?
you. With you.
I have to see how fast it goes. All right, let's try it. do that again. Never. I can't believe people pay to do that. Woo. Those guys are crazy, okay? I ain't doing that ever again. All right, so I'm excited. Gonna be able to speak to some of the teachers and faculty here. School's about to start up again, and they've asked me to come over and say a few words to the teachers, and I'm excited to do that. These guys are our neighbors. The Horizon Science Academy is a charter school here in Dayton, right next door to SVG Motors on Shute Mill. I'm excited. Come on in, let's take a look. Right out of the gate, it was never my intent to be a car salesman. It never even crossed my mind. You know, I thought I'd be an oceanographer, or I wanted to be involved with business somehow, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. And a friend of mine, I worked on base at the BX, where you sell stereo equipment and all those things, and I loved it. And I got excited, and I got to set up the stereo equipment and show this equipment off to these young GIs, and they'd buy all this equipment. And my manager there said, "Hey, Steve, you really got a gift. You should sell cars." And I thought, sell cars? I was 18, and so I went and gave it a shot. And I went to sell cars, and I didn't like it at first. It was really, really tough. I remember going to greet my first customer. My hands were so sweaty. I was so nervous, and I went out to greet these customers, and I didn't do very well in the car business the first 4 or 5 months. But I had a guy who actually was from Dayton, Ohio. He was a Chief Master Sergeant from Dayton. He worked at Wright Pat Air Force Base. His name was Chief Ron Dunbar. And he took me under his wing, and he really helped me and said, "Look, Steve, give it 6 months, give it a try." And I was fortunate enough to be living with my mom and dad that I could afford to do that. I'm thankful I did, because today I own a couple of dealerships, and things have been good. But I didn't come for money. My dad was enlisted in the Air Force, and my mom having a green card, and she kept her citizenship from Spain, because back then you either were an American citizen or you were from another country. You couldn't have dual citizenship. Now that's since changed, but so she worked at the golf course and did different things, odds and ends. So she was home a lot, and I had a great home life. I was spoiled with love. As my mom and dad like to remind me. And I was. We had a great life. But anyway, I started at Jeff Schmidt Auto Group, or actually it was Jack Hulsman in Fairborn, in January of '96 when we moved here. And I started there, and I sold cars for a couple of years, and I moved up pretty quickly. I moved up to finance manager, sales manager, then a guy by the name of Jeff Schmidt bought the dealerships. And he would joke that he never hired me, he inherited me. But we had a great relationship. I worked there for 20 years, and I worked my way up through the company and became the vice president, general manager of all of the Jeff Schmidt Auto Group. And about 3.5 years ago, it became evident to me that if I wanted to do what I wanted to do was to go out and own my own stores, and to get after it, that it wasn't going to happen there. He had a son that was coming up, and so I took a leap of faith, and it was scary. Up to that point, I'd had 2 jobs, really 3. I worked at the base, and then I sold cars, but I had 3 jobs, and I wasn't one to make, rash decisions. So it was a scary move for me, but I went for it. And our first location was here in Vandalia, and it was a really, really small car lot. Our sales office was about half the size of this room. And then after that, we kind of outgrew that spot and bought a lot in Inglewood. And we had both of them going. It was tough to manage both these locations. Meanwhile, my dream was all along to own a Chevy dealership. Those stores were doing well enough that we could afford to go to the banks and say, "Hey, listen, give me a shot here." And the banks said yes, and I was able to buy the Chevy store, which was a dream come true for me. And it has been a whirlwind since then. SVG Motors now has locations in Greenville, a Chevy dealership there. In Eaton, we have a Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram dealership. in here in Dayton. We consolidated these two locations, Vandalia and Englewood. And I remember I was in the process, I was in the process of closing on the Greenville store when a guy called me on a Sunday. I was at Kroger. And he was a real estate agent. I don't know how he got my number. And he said, hey, we got a lot over here in Dayton that used to be a car lot. And we think maybe you could buy it. It's going to auction. And I said, okay. Anyway, we got it. We got a good deal on it. And I was told, hey, be careful. That's not the best location. You're going to have cars out there. You're going to have vandalism and who knows what else. It's not Vandalia. It's a different night. I was a little concerned about it. But thought, what the heck, when you go, you go.
Up a couple years, keep the payments the same.
That's right. Hey, thanks, guys. Thank you very much. Nice to meet you. Just bought a car from you, man. All right, thank you very much.
Great service, man, and a great car. Got a great deal on it.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it, bro.
Do me a favor. Look at the camera and say, move you up a couple years, keep the payment the same.
Move you up a couple years, keep the payments the same. All right, man. Thanks.
Thank you very much. What do you do right here? Hey, how's it going? Hey, what do you do to win here? Well, just show the camera people how it works.
All right, take a bone. That's goldfish. That's winner's choice. You win any stock except for the big green guy, a hermit crab, or more goldfish.
Can I just try one? On the house?
On the house.
All right, and if I win, I don't get anything. How's that?
I'll give you a fish.
Where should I go for? What, should I go for the clear ones?
Clear ones are winner's choice.
You go for a fish, man.
Go for a fish. Hey, what's going on?
Back? You want to try again?
All right, one more. You got to be nice to the ping pong.
It's had a lot of fish guts on it. I don't know if I'd kiss it.
Too late. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Hey, guys. Oh, butterfly fries. What is a butterfly fry? What, do you split it down the middle? Like a butterfly fillet? I don't know. There's nobody in there to ask. Oh, this is a cool game right here. You push the ball. Hey, let's see if are they any good? I want to see somebody win. Oh, we got a quarter.
That ball has to almost stop on top of that hill.
You ready?
Barely make it over.
You want to try it? All right, we got to end up on that side.
Yep. He's rolling very slowly over the hill, making remain on the other side. Did he get it on the first one? Oh, that was very close.
Woo! Oh, we got another try.
Close.
I don't know that I'll get that close. This time you try.
Oh, I'm not good.
Hey, you know, I'm a lucky person. You ready?
A little bit hard. We were a little soft last time.
Thank you.
Not a problem.
Take care. You guys having fun?
Of course.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
What is that?
That is a giant pile of food.
He said it. I didn't say it.
That's how you know.
Hey! What's your bull's name?
Red Eye Jack.
Red Eye what? Make him go.
Get on it.
Not me. No, not me. No, I'm not doing that again. No,
Oh, get on it.
not me. She can. She wants to do it.
You can ride. Watch.
There it goes. Look. He's good at it. Is it like the real thing? Ha ha ha, he's trying to get you, he tried to get him. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Horse races. Everybody likes horse races. What are you guys up to? Where are you from? Greenville. I'm Steve from SVG. How you guys doing?
Pretty good.
You mind being on camera?
Don't mind.
Hey, you guys willing to do me a favor?
Sure.
On our commercials, we say move you up a couple years, keep the payments the same.
Yep.
Look at the camera and say that. Say move you up a couple years, keep the payments the same.
All right.
Ready? Go.
Move it up a couple of years, keep the payments the same.
Thank you. Perfect. Appreciate it.
No problem, man.
Yeah. What's up? How you doing, man?
I'm glad. I'm good about yourself, man.
I'm good. I'm
Oh,
good.
here's the deal. You make one shot, you win over, guys. You make one shot, you pick out any basketball you want.
Well, here's the problem. I got no cash on me.
What? Yeah,
We're doing a TV show, though. I'll shoot it. You don't have to give me nothing.
Yeah, do a TV show. Go
We're
ahead,
doing a
man.
TV show. What's your name?
My name Gary.
Gary? Gary, let me shoot this ball one time. Gary, what's the most popular present everybody wants?
Hear me?
What's the most popular gift everybody wants?
The Warriors.
Warrior ball? Okay, here we go.
Oh.
Oh, Jonathan, thank you, Gary. I appreciate you. Yes, sir. Once upon a time, there was a dealer whose goal was to move people up a couple years in their car and keep their payments the same. You feel me? Move them up a couple years, keep the payments the same.
I'm trying to tell you, he's crazy.
This month, lease a new Silverado double cab, 0 down, $200 a month. What? 0 down, $200 a month in Greenville or Urbana.
Move him up a couple years.
Move them up a couple years. Sooner or later, they all come around. You know, when you guys asked me to do this speech or come speak to, I really didn't know what to talk about. Really, I knew there was a school here, but I didn't know much about it. So I did a little research, you know, to learn what it is about schools and teachers and what they do. And then I learned a lot more about reading, in particular, about Horizon Science Academy, and how you guys are a charter school. And so I read on your website the student manual or the handbook, and I really, you know, now that I own a business, and it's a lot of work. Some of the things that you think are common sense things, even for adults, are not common sense. And I really admired the way you guys had a mission statement, a vision statement, and you also had what was expected from your students, what was expected from the faculty, and what they should expect to get. And those things were thought through, and I'm thinking, man, we need something like that. I started doing some more research, and I read about a guy in Harlem, and I'm sure many of you know about the Harlem School Zone. It's a charter school that was started by Jeffrey Canada. The schools there, the graduation rates were below 50%, maybe even closer to 30. I don't know what the statistics were, just graduating high school. There's two schools of thought. You can lower the level of expectation so that everybody can compete at a regular pace, or you can focus and try to go into these communities and try to help and spend some resources and raise the level of skill in those communities. And that's what this guy did. He created this school, and it was a different charter school. The kids had to be there a little earlier. They were there a little later. Summer was only 6 weeks long. This school, he dedicated his time, and these kids, there were 6 students for each teacher, and he not only raised these kids lived there for all intents and purposes, and there was a lottery system. You had to, and parents were wanting their kids to go here, but it got so good that the teachers, the students there had a 90% graduation rate in college. 90% graduation rate in college. So it was amazing, and to hear him speak, if you get a chance, Jeffrey Canada. It's a really great story, and it brought me, it made me aware of what these charter schools are, that a lot of the public schools are limited to what they can do, whereas with the charter schools and what you guys are doing really makes a big difference, especially in the communities that are underserved. Because these kids in areas like Harlem, these kids are dealing with things that most of us didn't deal with. I was in a military school. We had everything. We weren't worried about drugs. We weren't, for the most part, we weren't worried about getting beat up or gangs or being raped or all these things that these kids have to deal with just to survive. And then to be able to see someone, just show me somebody who is successful in our community that I can latch onto, and it's rare. So anyway, I think that what they did, what Mr. Canada did, was he infused massive resources, time, energy, and people to work with these students and show that they can make a huge difference. So there was a huge change there. I am flattered and humbled to be here with you and to share the platform with each of you, because I think we all have a power and a gift to be able to give to these students and give these kids. And I love to see these young people who excel, and not only the ones who are already doing well, but the ones who are struggling the most, the ones who others might be giving up on, the ones who you look at and you say, wow, this kid's really never going to make it. And to be able to spend a little time with those kids just goes a long, long way, and you never know. You never know. So thank you very much. I appreciate you guys letting me come in, and I don't know if anybody has any questions for me. I probably went a little long for you, but thank you for letting us come out.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you. So what an amazing time. I got to meet some of the teachers and faculty here at the Horizon Science Academy, and these people are making a difference in the lives of the kids here in these communities, and it's amazing. I got to meet some of the students over the last year and a half, 2 years, working alongside of them, and these kids are special. These kids are respectful, and I just can't say enough about the Horizon Science Academy here at Shute Mill. If you get a chance, stop in or check it out. I can tell you this, I ain't getting on no more of those rides. Let's go see Mr. Deerwester. Deerwester Kane, what's going on?
Hi, how are you?
I like your colors today.
Yeah.
You're looking good. I stole his colors. I walked by his booth one day. I said, you know what? I need to do that.
1892. What have you been here? 2?
Yeah. 125 years. Wow. That's crazy, isn't it?
It is. My 60th. Wow. I started in 1958.
So this was your grandfather's, or your uncle, or grandfather?
My uncle had it at that time.
Okay.
But yeah, this is my 60th year.
Very cool. So this is a tradition.
This is the Darke County Fair tradition.
The Great Darke County Fair tradition. Thanks, man.
Hey, see ya.
See you, buddy. Hey, you got to get some shoes like this, though. That'd go perfect with your outfit. All right, so if you're hungry, you need to come to the fair on an empty stomach, okay? And eat up, eat up. Every year you got, this time of year, look at this. Fish and chips, corn dogs, hot dogs, French fries, all the stuff. Fish and chips, she says it's excellent. So we have an official review. Hi, I'm Steve from SVG.
I'm Jody.
Jody, how you doing?
Good.
You ever seen our commercials?
Some, I think.
Some. Will you do me a favor? We have this little thing that we do on TV. We say move you up a couple years, keep the payment the same.
Okay, yeah.
Can you do that? Move you up a couple years, keep the payment the same.
Move a couple years, keep the payment the same.
Perfect. If you guys come to the Great Darke County Fair, you got to stop by Archibald Drake's Fish and Chips. Hey, where do I get one of those hats? I got to get one of those hats. Suppose they make those in orange? hamburgers, New Orleans style, Polish sausage. I mean, you can't beat it. I know you're sitting at home going, oh yeah, let's go do that. Why couldn't I have gotten on a ride like that one? Huh? Listen to some Jimmy Buffett. Ring of Fire, that thing's going. I'll tell you what, if you like rides, you got to come to the Great Dark County Fair. The Jumping Jungle. You know, there's just something about the Great Dark County Fair. It's a family event and always has been. From the rides, to the food, to the animals, there's literally something for everyone. And it started way back in 1853. Visitors would pack baskets of food and crocks of lemonade into horse-drawn buggies for a day at the fair. Although the scenery has changed a bit, it has always kept true to its roots and grows stronger each and every year. In the long, tried and true history of Darke County, there never has been, nor likely ever will be, an entity that has drawn the attention of so many thousands of people like the Great Darke County Fair. All right, so this wraps up another episode of SVG Motors Weekly. I'm out here at the Darke County Fair, and you got to see rides and cool food and awesome people and good stuff, just really good stuff. If you're planning on coming out here, you can come out. It's still going on this Saturday, so come on out. If you're seeing this morning, Saturday morning, if you're seeing it Sunday, hey, listen, make sure you don't miss it next year because it is a blast. Thanks for watching another episode of SVG Motors Weekly. And if you haven't done it yet, go to youtube.com and subscribe to the SVG Motors channel. Or go to our Facebook page and like our page. And last but not least, if you want to see future episodes, go to your DVR and search SVG Motors and catch future episodes. Thanks again for watching.